Most people think that in order to manifest their desires, they need to be in high vibration all the time, which is pretty much impossible because whatever goes up must come down. And when you aim for this impossible goal, and when you say to yourself that I need to be in high vibration all the time, then inevitably you will feel down. You will come to low vibration, right? So when you come down to low vibration, which is inevitable because you have been chasing this impossible goal, you feel guilt. You feel guilt because you couldn't maintain that impossible state all the time, right? And when you can't maintain that state all the time, you feel guilty. Circumstances come up that make you feel even more guilt because the universe wants you to stay the same. It wants the same emotions to be maintained in your frequency. So most situations, most circumstances pop up that makes you even more guilty, and again you double down on this goal of you being in high vibration. You force yourself to be in high vibration, and that makes you fall down even more. And this forms a vicious loop, and you stay in low vibration forever, right? You aiming for this high vibrational state all the time is the root cause of you being in low vibration in the first place, right? So how do we tackle this? So to tackle this, let's first understand what does it mean to be in high vibration, right? So what does it mean to be in high vibration? So your vibrational state corresponds to your emotional state. Both of it are the same. We can interchange these terms, right? Your emotional state is your vibrational state. Whatever emotion you emit, that is your vibration. And according to your vibration, the situations and circumstances in your life will pop up according to those emotions that you emit, right? So high vibration, most people think that high vibration means being joyful, being ecstatic, being excited, being exhilarated, feeling bliss. So when these people think of the desired reality, whenever they think of the desires and when they imagine themselves having those desires, they feel these emotions or similar emotions like this, right? So that puts them in a high vibrational state. Is the state we're talking about really high vibration? Let's think about it for a bit. Because a part of manifestation equation is you normalizing your desires, right? When you feel these emotions whenever you think of your desires, then that means that particular circumstance is abnormal to you. If you want a car, if you want to manifest a car, and whenever you think of that car, you feel excited, you feel joyful, you feel exhilarated, you feel ecstatic. Is that a word? Ecstatic. Yeah. So if you feel ecstatic about thinking about that car, then that means you have not normalized of having that car in the first place. So if you haven't normalized having that car in your reality, then that means you keep that car a one step above you. You keep it on a pedestal. You don't actually think that you can have that car in the first place. Because think about it. Are you really feeling excited about being in your current circumstances? Are you feeling excited about having a current car? Are you feeling excited about being in your current house? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling excited about just being in your current reality? Because if you are not feeling excited about being in your current reality, and if you are feeling excited for your desired reality, then there is a discrepancy. There is a difference which should not be there, right? So, your current reality feels normal to you. So naturally, you are being in a state of neutrality, right? You feel neutral towards your current reality. So we need to normalize your desired reality so that we can manifest those desired reality in the first place, because normalizing your desired reality means you already have it. If you feel normal for the things you own in the physical reality, then you must normalize having those things mentally as well so that they can materialize into the physical reality. So, if your current reality feels normal to you, and if you want to change your current reality, if you want to change your current circumstances, then your desired reality must also feel normal to you. And if your desired reality must feel normal to you, then your current reality must feel abnormal to you. If you don't have money, then that must feel abnormal to you. If you have money, that must feel normal to you. Of course, I'm having even more money. Of course, I'm landing clients. Of course, I run a successful business. Of course, I have a healthy partner. Of course, I have an amazing relationship in my life. Those things must feel normal to you, but they don't feel normal to you. Let me just tell you this, because this is very important. The reason your desired reality doesn't feel normal to you, because you have not been living in the desired reality long enough. Your current reality feels normal to you because you have been living in it forever, right? So in order to make your current reality abnormal to you and make your desired reality feel normal, feel normalized, feel neutral to you, then you must live in your desired reality long enough. How do you do that? You do it through imagination. Most people start imagining a desired reality, right? They create a visualization scene, and they feel ecstatic, they feel joyful. That is the beginning of the imagination journey, right? Whenever you take a visualization practice and you visualize being in your desired reality, feeling those emotions you would feel if you were in a desired reality. For example, if you want more money, if you want to overturn your financial situation, then you need to be in a place of having way much more money than you currently have in the physical reality, right? So when you imagine yourself having more money, signing more clients, closing more deals, at first you will feel these quote unquote high emotions: joy, excitement, exhilaration, bliss, whatever positive emotion, relief, relaxation, no stress. All of those positive emotions you will feel when you start imagining your desired reality. And when you go up, you must inevitably come down, right? So when you access the 5D, when you access the 5D world, you will feel high, right? You will feel those positive emotions. But when you come back to a third dimensional reality, and when you see life, you will come down. And that is very much normal, because the universe doesn't want you to change. So it will bring up even more circumstances that makes you more worried, more anxious, and you do your imagination practice consistently. So again you go up, right? And again you come down. Because whenever you access your subconscious, whenever you access the five dimensional world by you imagining yourself a future scenario, an ideal scenario, the more the universe will try to pull you back. The more your old frequency will try to pull you back. So the more you do it, the more you don't feel as high anymore, because it will start to feel normal to you, right? Because once you do it for long enough, you will reach a point of neutrality, and that is naturally when your desired reality will come to manifest, right? So at first you will feel those high emotions, you will feel excitement, you will feel joy. And when you feel these emotions, inevitably the universe and your whole frequency will try to pull you down. So when you come down, you'll feel stress, worry. You can name any negative emotion. That is, it is very much subject to on what emotion you feel according to your own life. But of course, you will feel some negative emotions. Now, again, you do the imagination practice. You do the visualization practice. You imagine yourself being in a desired reality as vividly as possible. You use your all five senses, and you imagine yourself being in a desired reality, and you feel those emotions on how you would feel if you were in a desired reality. And again you go up, again you reach a high, and again you reach a low, because this hasn't been a habit for you. Whenever you start out, this is the cycle that you need to go through, and the more you do it, the more you imagine, the more you come to the point of neutrality. And when you come to the point of neutrality, you don't react to external circumstances. You don't react to external circumstances because you know your current reality is an illusion, right? The more you imagine yourself being a desired reality, the more neutral you become. because your desired reality has become normal to you. Even if bills come up, even if situations come up that makes you worried or anxious, you won't be worried, you won't be anxious, you won't be fearful, because you know good things are coming on its way. You know that your desired reality has already manifested, and it is just taking a little bit time in your physical reality in order for it to show up, right? So this is the end goal. The reason we are doing any visualization practice, the reason we imagine ourselves being in a desired reality, our is to normalize our desires. It is to normalize having those desires, right? So now let's talk about the most important part of this video. How to handle those low vibrational states, because inevitably you are going to face them. Life is going to happen, shit happens, bills will come up, situations may come up that makes you more worried, more anxious, more fearful. So it is very much essential for you to know how to handle these low vibrational states. Now the problem here is most people think that whenever they feel a negative emotion, whenever they are in a bad place, that will manifest, that will grow more, that will affect their frequency. But that is not the case. Being in low vibration is never an issue. Being in a low vibrational state is not the problem over here. The problem here is staying in the low vibrational state, right? So being is not a problem, but staying is. So whenever you feel a negative emotion, whenever you feel down, whenever you are in a low vibrational state, realize that it is just a temporary situation. It's not going to last. But the more you feel guilty about being in the low vibration, that enforces it, that makes it sustain it, right? Let me give you an example. So you are in low vibration, right? And because of this, you feel guilty. You feel guilty because you couldn't be in high vibration. You know you're not in a high vibration. You're not in the right emotional state. And because of that, you feel guilty, right? If you didn't feel guilty, and if you just let yourself feel those low vibrations, if you just let yourself feel those negative emotions and just let it come up and just let it go, then naturally you'll come to a neutral or high vibration state. But since you didn't do this, since you felt guilty, since you felt guilty, you feel more, you will stay stuck in the low vibration, right? The natural and the most effective way, the only way in order for you to deal with these low vibrational, low emotional states is to fully feel it. Whenever you have a low vibration or an emotion, this can be worry, anxiousness, stress, fear, anger, envy, whatever it may be. Let yourself feel it. And once you let yourself feel it, don't judge it. Let yourself feel it and let it go. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that anger. It is okay to feel that stress. It is okay to feel that envy. And once you feel it and let it go, then you naturally come to the high vibrational state. You can do a meditation, you can do a visualization, whatever manifestation routine that you practice, you can do that once you let it go. Before letting it go, if you force yourself to be in high vibrational state, that will create even more guilt, because you can't do that. You can't force yourself into something that you are not. So whatever manifestation routine or practice that you do, you must do it consistently. And the more you do it consistently, the more neutral you become. And the more consistent you are in a practice, the more neutral you become. And the more neutral you become, the more detached you become. The more you detached you become about your desires, the more you normalize your desires. And when you become detached and you become and when you become detached and when you become neutral, the more normal your desires feel. And the more normal your desires feel, you shift from the wanting state to the having state. So whenever you have a desire, you first want it, right? You think that I don't have it, so I must want it. But when you do this practice, when you do the manifestation practice that you do every day consistently, and you become neutral because of it, and because you become neutral, you become detached about your desires, and then your desires become no normal for you, then it will be very easy to have them instead of wanting them, right? You need to first have your desires in order to have them. It may sound like a paradox, but you must have your desires mentally. You must have your desires. You must own your desires in the mental plane, vibrationally, because the universe doesn't care about what you actually want. It just cares about your vibration. So the vibration you emit must emit a having state instead of a wanting state. So when you feel neutral, when you normalize your desires, when you feel relaxed, when you feel calm, when you feel those emotions you would feel if you were having those desires, then naturally you will go to the having state instead of the wanting state. Think about all the things you wanted previously in your life. You wanted it and you owned it. Once you owned it, that excitement will be there, but once it fades away, it will feel normal to you. You feel neutral about it. If you wanted a car and tomorrow a car manifested, you will feel a little bit of excitement, right? You will drive it out, you will try out different features of the car. I don't know what people do with cars, but after a certain point of time, that car will feel normalized to you. It will be neutral. You will not feel the excitement every day of the week for the entire year. It won't happen, right? You will be like, of course it's my car. I don't feel any emotion about it. I feel neutral. I feel happy. I feel grateful that it is there. But yeah, that is the attitude you will have, right? So we want to, so if you want to attain that state of having, that state of normalization, then this is a cycle that you need to go through. So you can't be in high vibration all the time, but if you want to be in high vibration all the time, this is a cycle you need to go through, because once you reach that point of neutrality, then external circumstances, which is not going to make you react, right? And that is how you be in high vibration most of the time. And even if you are stuck in low vibration, I just told you how to handle it. So just let go of the negative emotion and again naturally come back to high vibrational state. And that is how you manifest your dream reality. So I will see you in another video.